Holly Hickory Beaumont feels like she's perpetually falling. And because she feels like she's falling, she falls.
You look like a person teetering on a bridge.
Yes, and I feel I'm going to jump, even though I don't want to.
And how does it feel to be constantly falling?
It feels. It feels. Shattering.
People with Holly Hickory Beaumont's condition frequently just fall to pieces psychologically. The problem is that Holly's vestibular apparatus, the sensory organ for the balance system, isn't working.
How extraordinary.
I know. It is unethical to fall in love with one's patient, but in this case, if only I could get her to understand there is such beauty in the act of falling, such grace.
And where do you land when you fall, metaphorically speaking?
There is no landing.
There is no landing?
There's a trapdoor that opens and keeps on opening.
Keeps on opening?
I am in the abyss, and there is no bottom. There are ledges that I cannot reach, and footholds that crumble on sight, and ancient muddy arms that cannot hold onto me, and soothing voices that turn into screams.
To fall, and never to feel the fear of falling. Imagine the possibility.
You're a doctor, Reuben, not a philosopher.
The vestibular apparatus consists of 3 semicircular canals in the inner ear that tells us when we're upright and how gravity is affecting our bodies. Holly Hickory Beaumont's vestibular apparatus isn't working.
Can't someone fix it? I mean, can't you see she's falling?
Holly, if you fall for me, I'll do everything I can to stop you falling.
Fall for you. Leo, is that you?
Holly?
New jacket?
Harrods?
London?
Global Economics Conference.
You've been gone for 3 months.
I thought about calling.
Thought about?
I would have dropped by.
Would have?
It was a big investment, Holly. Our relationship. Wanted to weigh up the pros and the cons. The advantages and the disadvantages.
Way up?
The emotional investment. The financial investment. The hours spent together with happiness-derived ratio. The planning for the future. The trying to get along. The making it work quotient. All in all, when one balances one thing against the other.
Balances?
All in all.
But I bought the wedding dress.
You started falling.
So?
So it wasn't so much the falling. The asparagus soup which spilled over my mother's evening dress. The crawling over the cinema floors at the premiere of King Kong. The way you can no longer look at me without...
Wobbling?
Yes.
You could have caught me when I fell.
Catching is exhausting.
Easier to catch than to fall.
Easier to leave than to catch.
Now that I'm falling, you no longer love me?
Love is a matter of weighing up the good things with the bad.
You can make love mathematical?
It's not a matter of love, but more a question of stability.
Stability.
Kristen and I,
Kristen?
my fiancée,
You didn't waste any time.
no.
You love her?
She has solid foundations.
An ability to stay upright?
Yes.
Is that all that matters?
Goodbye, Holly.
It isn't all that matters, Holly. That is the point. He doesn't understand your dynamics like I do, Holly. When I see you fall, I see an exotic bird. You could swoop, you could dive, you could surrender to the void. Let me fall with you, and there never need be an end.
You're a quack, Dr. Reuben. Not a poet.
And have you always been a faller, Holly?
I fell in love. I fell for my English hit we did Othello. I fell for my dad's advice about doing the right thing. I fell for politicians who said they'd put things right, but it's easier to stay standing when you can feel the ground underneath you.
Try this.
Another cure.
This one will work.
You've said that before 100 times.
I'm not any old doctor, Holly. I'm a neuroplastic surgeon.
Neuro what?
Holly, can I have a word? I understand you sent Mrs. Darwish to Samoa.
Yes?
She had booked a trip to Syria.
Samoa's nicer.
She was to have visited her sick mother, but her mother died before she could get there. She's threatening to sue.
Did her sick mother fall?
Fall?
You die when you fall. There's a lot of it about.
Your typos are becoming outrageous. There's only one R in receipt, Holly, not 3.
Things have a tendency to wobble.
And why are you perpetually holding onto the desk?
Because if I let go, I'll...
10 years you have worked for Pathfinder's Travel, Holly. Your record has been impeccable. You have absorbed the intricacies of our operating system like a sponge absorbs water. The auditing obligations, the need for exactitude, the matters of absolute and unstinting professionalism have been noted by your seniors. Would you kindly look at me when I'm speaking to you?
But if I look at you, I'll...
Our top seller for 3 years running. An appreciation for order, hierarchy, and all things in their proper place. Whereas now... Please have the courtesy to look at me.
But if I look at you, I'll...
I have no alternative but to...
No! Don't fire me! If I lose this, I lose everything! See, there's nothing underneath. Just a black chute and the fact of falling into it over and over. I love this job. I gave it everything, you see. If I lose this, there's nothing but the fall. You have no idea the terror. No idea!
Goodbye, Holly!
Holly Hickory Beaumont spent another 3 years falling. Other people with her condition committed suicide or spent their days in mental institutions dining on sedative cocktails. But she hung on because her father had always told her to make the most of things. Holly hung on. But one day...
It is the ultimate fall. The fall to end all falls. I may as well die from falling as from the fear of falling. My whole life dying for doing the right thing. But I guess now I can die from doing the wrong thing.
Wait! I found a cure!
Another cure!
This one will work. Technology has finally caught up to the science. I did it for love, Holly.
Another miracle! You expect me to believe you? Anyway, too late. I'm going to fall.
Then you've nothing to lose in trying this on. This device will replace your vestibular apparatus and send balance signals to your brain.
Yeah, right.
Trust me, Holly.
For the first time in 3 years, the sense of perpetual falling leaves her. Holly Hickory Beaumont starts to cry.
Can you see me?
Yes. Your face. Still the picture.
Said there were no miracles.
Hold me.
What?
There are stains on your coat.
Stains is my middle name.
Once you stop falling, you can see all the imperfections.
Is that good?
Yes, you're totally imperfect.
Thanks. The effects of the device will run at any minute.
Then we best make the most of each second.
Holly was cured from falling for precisely 2 minutes and 18 seconds. It was a kind of eternity. When the time was up, Holly began to fall again. It could have been a terrible letdown. But for some reason, she was no longer afraid, because she realized that falling was nothing to be frightened of, and that one day, the falling would stop forever.
Come on, Dr. Quack. Fall with me. Fall with me.
Holly Hickory Beaumont is still falling. People tell her it's time she started landing. There are jobs to be done, things to be said, time to be killed. Holly tells them that landing really isn't all it's cracked up to be.